3 years ago, I stood beside my twin sister's coffin. Her name was Mia. She was my other half, my best friend since birth. We were identical twins, same face, same birthday, same blood. But on that cold November morning, I buried her. Or, at least, I thought I did. Because last Tuesday night, at 2:47 a.m., I was scrolling through TikTok, couldn't sleep, as usual. And that's when I saw her, laughing, dancing, drinking champagne on a yacht. My dead sister.
Alive.
And that's when I realized.
She didn't die.
She stole everything. And I was going to make her pay. Let me go back to the beginning. Mia and I grew up in a small town called Ashland. Maybe you've never heard of it. Our parents owned a small bakery. Nothing fancy, but they worked hard. When we were 16, our mom got sick, really sick, cancer. She fought for 2 years. But in the end, we lost her. I still remember her last words to us. She held both our hands and said, "Take care of each other.
You're all you have."
After she passed, our dad changed. He became cold,
distant.
6 months later, he remarried a woman named Vanessa. She had 2 kids of her own. Suddenly, Mia and I were the outsiders in our own home. Vanessa didn't like us. She made that very clear. She would buy her kids new phones, new clothes, while Mia and I shared one pair of winter boots. But there was one thing Vanessa couldn't touch. Our mom's inheritance. Before she died, our mom set up a trust fund for both of us. $750,000 each. We couldn't touch it until we turned 21. Our dad was the trustee, meaning he controlled it until then. Vanessa hated that money. She wanted it for her own kids. She would whisper to our dad, "Why are you saving it for them? They'll just waste it." But even my dad, cold as he was, knew he couldn't break mom's legal agreement. Or so I thought. When Mia and I turned 19, things got worse. Vanessa convinced my dad to send Mia away to a boarding school for troubled teens. Mia wasn't troubled. She just didn't like Vanessa. I remember the night before she left. She hugged me and said, "Promise me you'll get out of this house too. Don't let them win." I never saw her alive again, or so I was told. 3 months later, I got a call from my dad. His voice was shaking. "Mia, she's gone. There was a hiking accident.
She fell.
They found her body downstream." I collapsed. I couldn't breathe. My twin sister, my other half,
dead.
The funeral was small. Vanessa didn't even cry. I hated her for that. They showed me a closed casket. They said her face was too damaged for an open viewing. I was too heartbroken to question it. A few weeks later, my dad sat me down. "Mia's share of the inheritance, according to her will, it goes to the family. That's me and Vanessa now." I was 19. I didn't know anything about lawyers or trusts. I just signed the papers they gave me. And just like that, $750,000 disappeared into Vanessa's hands. They bought a new house, a new car, sent Vanessa's kids to private school. I got nothing. I stayed in my small room, alone. For 3 years, I believed Mia was dead. For 3 years, I blamed myself. For 3 years, I worked 2 jobs just to survive. But then last Tuesday, everything changed. It was 2:47 a.m. I was lying in bed, scrolling through TikTok. You know how it is, you can't sleep, so you just keep watching. I wasn't looking for anything specific. Then the algorithm showed me a video. The username was @Mia living my best life. The video had 2.4 million views. A girl on a yacht, bright blue water, gold sunglasses. She was laughing, dancing, toasting with champagne. The caption said, "3 years since I ran away. Best decision ever. #new life, #no regrets." My heart stopped. Because that girl had my face, not someone who looked like me. Exactly me. Same smile. Same birthmark on her left hand. Same way she tossed her hair. I watched it again. And again. And again. Then I went to her profile. Over 200 videos. All posted in the last 3 years.
Paris. Dubai.
Miami. A private island. She had a boyfriend. A dog named Machi. A closet full of designer bags. And in one video she was holding a stack of cash and laughing. "Thanks, Mom. Best inheritance ever." Inheritance. My blood turned cold. Mia didn't die. She faked her death. And my dad and Vanessa helped her. They were all in on it together. They stole my mom's money. They stole Mia's share too, but she was alive, spending it. I was the only one who lost everything. I was the only one who was left behind. I sat in the dark for an hour, just staring at the ceiling. And then, I got angry. Not sad, not broken. Angry, because they thought they had won. They thought I would never find out. They thought I was too dumb, too poor, too alone to do anything. They were wrong.
I didn't cry.
I didn't call them. I didn't send Mia a message. I made a list. Step 1. Screenshot everything. Every TikTok. Every comment. Every location tag. Step 2. Find a lawyer. I had saved about $4,000 from working at a warehouse. It wasn't much, but it was enough for a consultation. I found a lawyer named Mrs. Patricia Holloway. She was 67 years old. She had been a prosecutor for 30 years. She had zero patience for liars. I sat in her office and showed her my phone. She watched one video of Mia on the yacht. Then she looked at me and said, "That's your twin sister?" "Yes." "The one who died?" "According to my dad." She pulled out a notepad. "How much money are we talking about?" $750,000 from her share. Plus my mom's house was sold. That was another $400,000. And I think they took my share of the bakery too. She wrote everything down. Then she smiled. Not a nice smile. A dangerous smile.
"Child," she said.
"We're not just going to get your money back. We're going to send someone to prison." Over the next 4 months, Mrs. Holloway worked like a detective. She got bank records. She got phone logs. She even hired a private investigator to follow Mia in Miami. The evidence was overwhelming. Mia had been posting TikToks from a beach house that my dad bought with the stolen money. Vanessa was caught on camera picking Mia up from the airport. Remember, Mia was supposed to be dead. And the best part? In one video, Mia accidentally showed a piece of mail with her full name and address.
Case closed.
We went to court last month. My dad sat on one side, Vanessa on the other. Mia video called in from Miami. She said she had a cold and couldn't travel. The judge looked at the evidence for about 20 minutes. Then he looked at my dad and said, "You helped your daughter fake her death to commit inheritance fraud. That's not just civil. That's criminal." My dad's face turned white. Vanessa started crying, but not real tears. The kind of crying you do when you're caught. The judge ordered all stolen money returned to me, with interest. Total, $1.4 million. My dad removed as trustee.
Permanently.
Vanessa charged with fraud. She's facing up to 5 years. Mia charged with faking a death and fraud. She's looking at 3 years. The TikTok house?
Seized.
The yacht? Rented, but even the rental deposit was taken. Mia's last video before she deleted her account? She was crying in a grocery store parking lot, saying, "I didn't mean to hurt anyone." 3 million people commented. The top comment said, "I didn't mean to get caught." So here I am today. I'm 22 years old. I have $1.4 million in the bank. I bought my mom's old bakery. I reopened it. Her recipes. Her name on the sign. I have a small apartment. A cat named Justice. And I sleep better than I have in 3 years. I don't talk to my dad. I don't talk to Vanessa. And I definitely don't talk to Mia. Some people say family is everything. But you know what I learned? Real family doesn't fake your twin sister's death to steal your money. Real family doesn't leave you alone in a cold house while they go to Paris. Real family shows up, even when it's hard. So, if you're watching this and you feel like your family has betrayed you, just remember, the truth always comes out. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day, you'll be scrolling through your phone at 2:47 a.m. and you'll see it. And then it's your turn to win. Thanks for listening. I'm your channel name, and this was my twin sister faked her death for the inheritance. I found her on TikTok 3 years later. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because karma doesn't need a lawyer.